So we've had the motorhome for a little over 5 months now. So when we first got it, the beef wasn't walking, standing or anything like that. So as he's got older and become more developed, we're going to have to change the way that we do things. So that is more importantly and mostly looking at how we're going to deal with him with the bed. So I love this motorhome, but one thing that annoys me a little bit is the table. So the table is attached at the bottom. So it's not one that you can take in or take out. It's just there. So in the morning, it's a bit of a pain because I have to move the table away to be able to put his bed away. So this is where we spent the last 5 months in the night time. So covered in at the bottom, barrier at the side, and he sleeps on there because this is the area that would normally pull out into another single bed because this is a 3-berth motorhome. So that's where he's been staying now. Now hopefully I'm going to use him to demonstrate the problem that we've now got. So he'd normally be in his sleeping bag, but this is the problem that we have. Is he's at that age now where you put him down, night beef. Perfectly demonstrating the problem which we've got at the moment is that he's that nimble now and agile and tall that I'm constantly worrying at night that he's going to launch himself off his bed. So that's obviously left us with a few problems. So things that we've thought about are, we've thought about getting a kabunk, but we can't get a kabunk over here, so we'd have to get that in about 3 or 4 months time. But then once again, I don't want to be setting up a bed and putting a bed down and setting up a bed and putting a bed down. So we had an idea and something that we talked about, and this is what we've gone and done. So if he was to climb over that, then he's obviously got all that distance to fall. So what we've got is we've had a mattress made that fits down the side of one of the beds, and obviously we've got it angled in here because there's a cupboard there as well. But then that way it means that if he was to try and climb over the barrier, which I'll show you in a second, that he's only going to fall the other side of the barrier. And that's his barrier there. So he's got a little bit of space in there that he can have a little runabout if he wants to, but also he can see the TV for his cartoons in the morning. That's his own space now, that's his own bed. And he slept in it last night and slept for pretty much 11 hours straight non-stop, which is more sleep than what I had. So the great thing is now is that this can return back to a dining area and stay in a dining area all the time. So the challenge that we've had is when he's been asleep there, if we wanted to, we can't watch TV at the front because he gets FOMO too much, so he wouldn't move up, he would be up and about trying to go mad. But he's got a space at the back. If he wants to have a kickabout for 10 minutes, he can do, and he's going to be fine. We can put a bit of TV on for him if that's going to help him to get to sleep. And like I say, that means that now this whole area here, we're going to be in a position where we can turn it into a permanent dining area, and that's where he's going to sit, and that's where Mum's going to sit, is just there, and I'll sit in my chair. But if you can see the difference it's going to make now when we turn the living room back into a living room. Now, you might not be able to see it as much through this camera as what it looks like in real life, but that just makes that, it creates that more space at the back. It makes such a massive, massive difference to the whole feel of the motorhome. So we got that little mattress made for the beef, and we're having a mattress made as well. And altogether, it came to £200, I think, by the time you've done your conversions. But like I say, we've got now 2 fixed beds. And that was the one thing that we always wanted when we started looking at a motorhome, was to make sure that we had 2 fixed beds. So this can just stay as it is now without faffing about with the barriers or whatever.